Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace, and it's over 2 weeks now that I'm hoping to finally be able to go out, earn some money, wish me luck. It was over 2 weeks since I first came down with whatever it was, whether it was a flu or really bad allergies. The verdict's never gonna happen. I don't know. I was so sick I didn't even go out at first. Didn't even think to go to the doctor every year that I've ever had this. When I would, the doctors wouldn't even test me, and they'd say, oh, it's just allergies. So, I'm 60 years old, so hey. Anyway, but I was out for 2 weeks, tried to go out. It was a couple days ago, I guess. 2 or 3 days ago. Nothing. I mean, I didn't even get bad offers. You know, doing this food delivery stuff for health care insurance. And didn't even get any bad offers. I mean, I usually at least get bad offers, is what I'm trying to say. You know, the crap that nobody wants to take. Didn't even get those. But it was between lunch and, between breakfast and lunch, and I wanted to go out on purpose that day. And then we've been having these, well, the Weather Channel keeps, not the Weather Channel, but whatever app it is. I think it may be the Weather Channel. They keep saying that we're going to have these really terrible storms. You know, they're warnings. And I'm not one of those, you know, people who have it against anybody who's educated and they always make fun of stuff and, you know, stuff like that. I'm not one of those. But it was pretty frustrating to keep seeing warnings about really, you know, possible. And it did say, Bubba, hey, there's some cowboys over there. It's very rare to see here in Texas. Very rare to see. Did I say that loud enough? Anyway, yeah, it's, you know, it's impossible to say, oh, it's definitely 100%, but sometimes it is 100%. But anyway, you know, going to have these bad storms, and it was bad storms that we're talking about. Nope, it didn't have but one the past week that they kept predicting it, and I'm not going to go do delivery in a storm. Forget that. I'm not that stupid. So, I actually have a genius IQ, so I don't always like to mention that. You know, for years that I've been doing videos for over, well, it'll be 10 years this August on my original channel. And I didn't mention it for I don't know how many years. I didn't mention it at all. I didn't even mention that I had degrees, any of that stuff. Yeah, because a lot of people out there, they're so angry. They're so angry at people. They don't even know, you know, who are degrees. They're going to make fun of it. They're going to make fun of meteorologists and anything. That's just one that I'm talking about now. That's just one thing. They're going to make fun of it. They could do better. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. Period. So, oh, but I don't know. As far as this with the offers and all that, I started looking at more today. I don't know why, because it really just does seem so much like this ain't happening. You know, really. Like I said, this is Texas. It's northeast suburbs of Dallas, and some of them are exurbs, and you know, more farms and stuff out here. I mean, it's mainly homes, really, but there's some little like mini farms out here, and I'm telling you, you know that Dallas, well, South Fork Ranch is right to where I am now. Is just to the way I'm driving is to the left of me, but I used to go down the other way to get where I'm going, and I would say there's South Fork Ranch, you know, on the show Dallas. They showed it first, so both times of it. But there's one field that I keep saying that's where they have all that they take those out of the beginning credits, or you know, during the beginning credits or whatever it was, the intro. They had some cows and all. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling today. I haven't been out, like I said, to really. This place is a different one than I went the other day. I just went out near my home because I'm like, the weather wasn't bad, but look at the weather today. No clouds even. It's just been so cloudy lately. And so hopefully this will be a better day. Let's hope. Okay, I managed to do one one order when my first one I took. That was strange, but I'm telling you, I have been. I'm hoping I'm going to be going right here. I have been sheltered for these past little over 2 weeks from crazy people. I mean, I did go out like close to the end to go to the grocery store, that kind of stuff, because I was over it. And like the first week, didn't have any temperature or anything like that, but I stayed home most of the time. I'm trying to see how these lights are kind of weird over here, but anyway, these orders were, I was sheltered from the crazy drivers, and then the people who are so bad that they think that they are above the law, the ways of driving. Like it says, do not park here right in front of the store, right where the door is, and they're going to park there because they're going to jump out and they're going to get their order in front of everybody else. Y'all, all of you move aside. It's my turn. I'm not kidding. That was bad. But that was followed somebody who else parked there who was customers. They had some elderly people, which I feel for, really. But there was an elderly guy backing up, and they parked in front of the elderly guy. So he couldn't back up, and he went ahead and backed up anyway. And I was sitting there turning. Seriously. Going to turn into that parking spot that he backed up out of. You see? And they were all in, everybody in that truck, and they were on the other side where they could have parked and let people out, but no, everybody had to step aside for them. I felt for the elderly people that were being driven by this person, seriously. So, and I'm in a place where I usually don't like to go out here, Sashi, because I don't know it, but it's close to Murphy, which I do know. So, anyway. Okay, and then the house, it was a nice house. And this is a wealthy county. I don't know where the next county begins. It might be in the next county, but Collin is the wealthiest in Texas. That's where I live, and that's where I deliver out there. And but the houses are usually really nice, and you got to go up to the front door. But the land is not flat at all, really, and some of them actually go down. I saw that one time. I was like, wow. From the road, you have to walk down to get into the house, to get to the front door. And this one was one that I had to go up, and it was so steep. I'm like, and then there was no little place to stand to take the photo, and I make sure I get the street number. I do it, the screenshot before. The screenshot that I'm there, it shows that I'm right there at that place where it says to go with GPS. The screenshot says it has the name and address, not the name and address, the number and the address, the street. Yeah, you get the full address. So, and then I had to walk up, and it was steep. Like, who buys stuff like that, really? Their front door is so steep, and there's never any. I've only seen it one time that they had something that a person could hold on to, railing or something, because that's not a norm, and it should be. But the worst one I ever had, Adam helped me. He was with me, and they had some drinks that it was from 2 places to 1 person. They were going to have a really romantic night, and everything. One place was picked up from a romantic place. I'm just gonna put it that way. And I could not. Once I got up there, I could not get down. I'm not kidding. It was so freaking steep, and they're just steps. Okay, little tiny ones, about as long as your foot, and probably over, okay, you kind of going fast there, but yeah, that kind of steep, and like practically like it felt like it went straight up. I went to an apartment that was like that. The other ones, no, that one, yeah, and that house. Oh my goodness, it was unbelievable. I had to actually, and I'm glad they weren't, aggressive people or something. Real nice house, but I had to actually go around to the side through the grass, under trees. It was nighttime, to get to their driveway so I could get down from there. I am not kidding. And it was that bad. No rails, none of that. And Adam went up. I didn't know I was going to go back down and get stuff, go back up the way I came back down. You know? And he brought it up there, and he was like, he's real, you know, he's a little older than I, and he's like, you know, steps mean nothing to him. I have 2 hurt knees and edema, so yeah, it means something to me. So I don't take apartments if I can. Yeah, I don't. And that was not an apartment; that was a house. And anyway, and I looked at, he was going up, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to say anything to him because, you know, I'm not even going to warn him because it might shake him up. But when he got back in the SUV, he said he just couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe how bad those steps were. You know, and it wasn't like short, it was like long, set of steps. I don't know. I'm surprised both of us made it out without falling. Seriously. Like, I am not sure where I am, to tell you the truth. I'm going to check. Okay, you know, when you get offers that are so bad that it's insulting, it really is insulting. And, I mean, seriously. And you know there's no person behind it sending offers out. You know, it's an AI, and we know all this kind of stuff. It's really not anything to take personally. But at the same time, it's just insulting. You want me to drive how long? For what amount? Really? And how many orders on, you know, stacked so you can take their fare away? My fare away? Fare, F-A-R-E. Away from it, so you stack them together so you don't have to pay me as much. It's insulting. It really is. You know? And so I'm going to stop coming over here because it's like, no, there's a closer place to go to. If I'm going to be insulted, I might as well be close to home. And so I keep saying that I'm never going to come back over here. But I like it here because there's not that many apartments. But I just passed some. I had never known was there. And the more I drive, the more I see them. But this is insulting. It's seriously insulting. And like, remember, the worst I've seen so far was the $2 for 20 miles one way. The last one I just declined was, I don't remember how much it was. It wasn't much money, and they wanted me to go into Dallas. I think it was 2 orders and something like 10 to 12 bucks. I don't know. To go to 2 places and then deliver to 2 places, one in Dallas. Okay, I have said this before, I'm saying it again. Dallas, no. It wasn't, if I remember correctly, that's not a nice area. So, a couple of them, one time, I believe that was going to downtown Dallas. They're out of their minds. Seriously. Yeah, now, this one had been known for, I don't ever name the names, but I try not to, but it's been known for not caring about the acceptance rate is now caring about the acceptance rate. Well, when you keep sending me crap, and I keep having to say no, and I've learned to turn it off after it sends me one crap, to just turn it off, and, you know, because it used to be, whenever I first start off, I'd have a whole bunch of crap orders. That's how it got so low. It's right now, it's at 15, probably at 14, because I just declined several, and I turned them off, and then I turned back on, and another one was even worse. I'd say it's probably like 4, maybe 4. But I learned to just turn it off whenever it's sending all those bad ones over and over and over again. Just turn it off after the first one. Wait until, you know, I would guess that all the crap orders were that they send out to people who, when they first log in, so you can take down your acceptance rate quite a bit. No, I know that's probably not the reason, but they just wanted to see if you'll be one to take them. I mean, truly bad offers, like $2 and $3 and going 6 miles, 8 miles, whatever. It's this kind of crap. But it didn't work this time. It was the other day, over 2 weeks ago. Okay, well, it's 1 minute till 1 p.m. You know, I'm probably not going to get any. When I first started doing these deliveries, there was not a stop time. But, you know, my acceptance rate was much higher. And, but the offers would just keep going and going and going. past the lunch run, past the, breakfast, lunch, even dinner run. And it was just, they would just keep coming, but more and more my acceptance rate went down less and less. It could be that it was just like that. Because, I watch some of these people on YouTube, and they talk about it. It's pretty bad right now. But I would think now, it's May 10th, people have gotten their refunds. They've gotten over having to pay taxes, or they got or they got refunds that maybe just not as much as they wanted. But still, I can make up all those stories of what might be too. But I think I'm going to go to the grocery store and just go home while I take my AR as down as far as I can. If I keep trying, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to be able to make what I'm doing it for is for health insurance. And at this rate, here it is May, and I don't think I even wonder if I've made 1,000 so far this year. Seriously, it's been one thing after another, like me being sick, but also because of my other health conditions and the terrible weather we've had. You can't drive when it's the wind. I drive an SUV and the wind is up to 40, 45 miles per hour. There was, just unbelievable amount. Seriously. And all the rain we've had, it's been unusual, very unusual to have this much rain or forecast. Pardon me if I keep losing my voice, the allergies. But I've gone out. You think that, okay, you're not really working if you haven't made that much money. No, I'm talking about going out and sitting there for hours and making none. Or, I'm not too stubborn about sitting out there for hours, but some of it, I would go out, during lunch run. Like this lunch run, I got one that was worth it, and it really wasn't all that worth it. I think it was like the $1 per mile, and it was $5.33 for 5 miles or something like that, and that's it. And that's the whole lunch run for me. Wow, way to go. Like I said, the other ones were going so far. One of them was going out to an area I don't even know, but it's way out in the country. And Adam and I had gone up there before, but it was nighttime, and it was so scary, man. Because you get out there, and the roads aren't like this. Nope, there are no lights, for the street lights, no lights for the, traffic lights, no lights for, no shoulders, no median, no lines down the road, nothing. It's just asphalt. And if you slide on it, you fall, off the road. And think about 2 or 3 SUVs deep. Okay, it's game over. I would think. I'm not an expert on that, but I would think. Yeah, and even during the day, that's not safe, especially if you've got all these Bubbas. Really. Okay, but seriously, I have never made. Pardon all the noise. I have yet to make. Let me say how bad. And Adam and I went out last year. Was when I started doing this, and that was in July. And I said when we went out, he would go with me. Okay, he doesn't have his own, and anyway, he would go with me. He's a little older, like I said before. And we would go out and we would do a lot of them, man. We felt like we were doing a whole lot. And it would come up to be like the maximum, I think, was something like $60-something for I don't know how long. Hours. This is Texas, and yeah, they don't pay as much. Texas, for the past 15 years, our minimum wages have been the same, $7.25 an hour. Really? 15 years? Oh, but wait a minute. It's everything stayed as inexpensive as it was 15 years ago. Wrong. God. I'm an independent. Have I mentioned that? And this does not represent me. I'm a real Texan. See, I wouldn't do that to people. Wouldn't do any of this stuff to people. Like a 60-year-old woman, almost 61. And I'm having to work with edema and all these health conditions because this is Texas. I wouldn't do that. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go buy groceries, go home, have my lunch, try to maybe go back out early just to sit there and say, why am I doing this? Try a different app this time. And that app, I could stay at home probably and see if I ever got any. I think I did try that at first, but yeah, that other one, my acceptance rate is low too, because it's a totally different kind of thing. But I think it's owned by the same. Because they both, you can't contact anybody directly, and they both say things like, somebody will return your text up to 24 hours later, and it says it like 12 to 24 hours. Usually it's slower than that, but yeah, right. Anyway, wrapping it up. Talk to you on another video. Bye. Okay, so I do these videos I jokingly call Life in Narcissismville. Narcissismville does not exist, of course, except for in my mind. When you go places and just too many people are thinking it's all about them. And that's it. Each individual one. Each individual. Oh, it's and since when do you hear people point out the good people? They're good people. Most of the people I run across, most of the offers I take, most of the people I run across in stores and all that, they're nice, they're decent, they're not something like this one woman in here. Sure, my age. I don't know, maybe she's just lonely. It could be. That happens. The older you get, the less, people move, your good friends move and all. Well, I think I almost got hit. I came around the corner too fast. It was my fault. My fault. I accept blame when I'm wrong. It was just, this road is 30 miles per hour. So, I should just say both. It's my fault that I didn't see that car coming like 50 miles per hour. Okay. But really, in Life in Narcissismville, this road is 30. It's always been 30. Since I've known it, it's been 30. That I think it was an SUV. It was going like 60, 50, 60. Pretty fast. Anyway, okay. So what was I talking about? Yeah, this woman in the store. Okay, I walk in and right there, I don't know why it is, but every time I go, any kind of Walmart market, the neighborhood market stores for Walmart, but right when I'm going to the door, on the one side is shopping carts, and I get a shopping cart, but right there is the produce, and always right there on the first part of the produce, just right there, I've never yet to see it when it's empty, when nobody's standing there. It's like a group, okay, I can't say always, but like a group stands right there. They're not employees, they're customers, but that's like the popular place or something. It's that first part. And then they disperse. I don't know. But this time that's what it was, so I just went around and, went on down the thing because I needed something there and waited for them to disperse, them to finish whatever. It was empty. Wow, but I wasn't coming through the front door. But anyway, I went back to get what I was looking for, and before I could get through it, there was this one woman. She was going to stand right in front of me, around my age. So I just, like I said, I just went on. I do that, come back when it's not busy, and I went back, like I said, and there she comes again. Did she just stand there looking for friends or something? She looked like a nice, woman around my age. And, but yeah, it was like, and then she got real close to me. I don't like that. People have, warned me. I warn other people, be careful with your purse, because even people my age, older, I've seen it with older people too. You just got to watch your purse. I don't want to make anybody paranoid kind of thing. But yeah, I always snap mine in, where the children usually are snapped in. So I snap my purse in and close it, of course. But I've been doing that for many years now, because I've actually had two elderly women that followed me around the store one time. And that was very creepy, because who wants to think, okay, I say elderly, never say elderly. Somebody recently annoyed me by saying that somebody who's 60 years old is an old elderly woman. I'm 60 years old. Just FYI. 60 years old. It's not elderly. 65 is the definition, but with people living longer, that's probably going to change, to older. Just don't say it. Don't be rude. Okay? Thanks. Seriously. Don't go around saying it's old, elderly people. My goodness. Just had to roll my eyes. Anyway. But something like that happened, the woman come back. I was like, that's quite rude. Because she was like, I have this happen far too much. And it's not only me. Like Adam, the first time it happened to him, he was like, what the? He didn't say that. He was more like, I can't believe that the person did that. The people who they believe that they don't have to stand in line and wait their turn. They believe that you are to move out of their way. You're a customer, or even an employee do that. The first time he had it happen to him, it was an employee that asked him more than once, the same guy, to move, Excuse me, I need to get there. Adam was the customer. I was standing not real close, but close enough I could see what was going on. He was just backed up and looked like he was shocked. Because Adam, I was the homemaker. I did all the grocery shopping. I think he just really didn't believe me, the things I said. Then he started experiencing it himself when he started working from home remotely. He's an electrical engineer, and in 2020, and a little before then, he likes to go to Costco, and he's just like, it's these people. What's going on? Nobody has any manners. He doesn't put in that term, I do, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's shocking to him that people can be so rude and to be so, narcissistic that it's all about them and nobody else. You're just in their way. They're just too busy thinking of themselves and that it's all about them to them. All these other things are just blobs around and they need to move. Yeah. And of course it can be something else. It can be, like I said, people have even said to me, you never know, maybe these people are just lonely. And that is a possibility, like I was saying. Like when you get older and everything, I really don't want to put it this way, but, like the way I did put it was just now, was a few minutes ago, was that people move in different places, but it can be even deeper than that. So everybody know I moved from where I grew up. I don't really know that many people here. Know some, but not anybody I'd call real close. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I think I've done enough for today. Not as far as working. I'm gonna go back out. Today's Friday night. Friday. I'm gonna go out for Friday dinner. Maybe, like I said earlier, maybe start at 2 o'clock, see how it goes, and come back home. Usually I don't like to do anything around, especially Friday, when some people would think it would be like 5 o'clock to say 7. No, it starts around here around 7 is when people have dinner and goes on. So we'll see. Talk to you on another video. Bye. Okay, pardon me. Hey everybody, this is Grace, and oh man, today is Friday, May 10th, and I had been out for just over 2 weeks with not feeling well. I don't know if it was the flu and then allergies or just allergies, whatever it was. I was out 2 weeks, no fever. But I have to say, I was just at this mall. I don't even know what they call this mall. It is an outdoor mall, and they were having a festival or something right there, and it's Friday, and I had one order I had to pick up, and oh my goodness, there was no parking, of course, with the festival and everything else, and it took me a while to walk to the place, and I got there to pick up the order. Finally, just happy, finally there, and my feet were hurting because I have edema and I have to do these deliveries to get health insurance. Yeah, I live in Texas. Need I say more? To get affordable, that is. I can't reach anybody else, so I don't know what unaffordable would be, because the affordable isn't all that affordable. It wouldn't be for most people, really. But I have to prove to the government I can make a certain amount of money, so I have to work, and this is the only thing I can do with edema. Yeah, and I can't even really do this that great. But anyway, I get out there to pick up this order. I have to call it in first, and it's so busy. It was so unbelievable. It's a festival right in the middle of the street too. I don't know if it's a festival or what they would call it, but a lot of tents and everything, and there's no parking place because they're having the mall and that. People out eating galore, okay? Little did I know. I did not know this was going to happen. I picked up theirs in that area several times. Finally found a parking place with people just acting like they own the road, you know. As it was very frustrating to go out to finally get there to pick it up, and I don't have my purse with me. And I have not done this order in a while, and I looked to see, and I don't have it on my cell phone either. And to walk back there, to go all that far back and then come back to that place and then go back, there was no way with my edema. Okay. I had to cancel. I don't know how to. This is one of two, that you don't really reach somebody for help. Okay, and then the person I did, I think it was a man, he said that's no excuse. The excuse I put, because there were several. I said there's no parking, this, that, the other. You know, because the one that I did, I had to rush back because I realized when I drove into it that it may have said that it was just for this one restaurant. Yeah, this one other restaurant. Because I was thinking I was picking up at that one, but I wasn't. Oh my goodness, it was such a mess just, you know, trying to find the parking spot. But it was for another one. And I was going to have to go all the way back to my SUV, get my purse and the card, you know, get the card, go back, and then come back again. And it was one way, of course, not both, but one way was uphill. I'm not kidding. Uphill. You see, I'm parking on a little bit of a hill here. You can see in my video. And I wasn't going to do it. I just couldn't. And they might not let me do any more on that app. And I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired. I've made a total of $5.33 today. I went out earlier for lunch, and that was it. And it took me too far to roam. That's what it was. Okay, I was happy. Oh, this other one, it's a different app. I don't know how much I would actually be making on that. And I said, screw this crap, man. This is crap. This is Texas. Did I mention that? Yeah. Okay, I sat here for a few minutes, and I was looking at this other app and see if it's saying that, you know, today's Friday. Okay, Friday, May 10th, 2024. And it's 6:38 p.m. right now. And I looked at it to see that various ones say how busy or whatever. Busy or, you know, is that the usual time? And it says this one is almost non-existent. How many offers, I guess, are out there or whatever. And this is Friday, but this hour, 6 o'clock hour, apparently, is no, there's none. Like, what the crap, really? I really don't know what I'm going to do because I can't work you know, an office job, just even part-time, because I have to be able to go home and elevate my legs if they get swollen. Right now, they look a little bit swollen already. And I just went out to do that one order. I mean, that was so bad. It was so bad, really. I have to remember that street now. The name of it. If anything is on that street, in that area, no, never again. That mall, you get like the restaurants themselves or whatever might have 1 or 2 parking spots in front of them. Think about that. And they have parking areas and parking garages, and you probably have to pay to go in them. And they're not close to anything. If you don't know that mall, I don't see how. I've been there, so I think when I was younger, I used to go there. I don't really go to malls, so I don't know how long it's been there even, but I was probably maybe in my 30s last time I went out there. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's the same mall. Because it was a long time ago. I'm 60. So, but I'm very frustrated. And before I left, what I was feeling was that I'm not even sure if that's the right word. that I'm, my degrees are in psychology and sociology. You would think I would know. But, yeah, let me look it up. I think it is. Okay, that's probably the word, but I'm not that. The word itself seems so dramatic, and I'm not that dramatic of a person. But it's despondent. It's like I've been doing these since last year, July. And, like I said, I'm doing them for health insurance. I'm not going to say, act like any voice of authority, because I just now, like a week ago, found out something new about it. And nobody had, all these people I've spoken to for this health insurance since last year, there's so much to it, and nobody even mentioned this. And I'm like, what the crap? It was like a week or so ago. Nobody ever said it. And so I'm just curious. I mean, I can't ask the question because I don't know the question to ask. You know what I'm saying? And if nobody's telling you, how are you going to find out? This one was just a woman I was telling her about, I spoke to, and she was a complaint department because I was having a complaint about something with it. And she told me more than all the people, the rest of the people. And I kind of wondered if she knew what she was talking about even, because I had never heard that before. And I'm like, what? I'm doing this for that purpose, and I can't make enough money. Sometimes I'm serious. I go out all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and not get any, because I'm not going to take orders like $2 for 20 miles. Okay, $2 doesn't even cover, really, literally, you probably heard a lot of people say this. Is $2 going to cover a 20-mile drive? And then you have to come back, No, and that's just ridiculous. $2. This is not the customer's fault, people. It's not the customer's fault. Customer doesn't owe us anything. They're paying plenty to just get it. But $2 for 20 miles is what the app is going to offer. The AI is going to offer. And who's programming that AI to offer that kind of crap? It's not the customer. Customer's paying what? Let's see, some kind of form of delivery fee, whether it's per order, or it's per month, or it's per year, whatever it is, they're paying that. Then they're paying a delivery fee, which some assume that that's what we're getting. What is it? We don't really totally, do we know, how much of that, where the money is getting, the $2 are going to offer us? Do we know where does it come out of that, or what? Or are they really? Anyway. And then you have all those contracts that you read and you go, what the crap? They can know your blood type, man. I'm not kidding. I am actually not kidding in that. It doesn't say they can know your blood type, but they can know they have access to all of your health issues. One of them says it. I don't use that one. They have access to your signature, to your banks. Seriously, people, go out there and read this stuff. I haven't read every one of them. I have not read everything on every one of them. No. But what I saw then, it was like, oh my gosh, they own me. And it's not this country that, it's not this country. It's one of those that, isn't one of those apps about to be, anyway, I'm doing that on purpose. But it's not from this country. Yeah, you can't even contact them, as far as I know, in this country. So be careful, people. I mean, I am becoming despondent in the way of, what am I going to do? Because some of the stuff that this person, it wasn't just one thing, now that I'm thinking about it, it was more than one. I don't even know 100%, because and plus, after they speak to you for a while, like they're telling you some stuff, all of a sudden it'll hang up. And then when you call back, you got to go through so much to get some answers, and to tell the person the back stuff and everything. And they're going to ask their own questions. They're going to do this, and before you can get to that answer, it hangs up. I'm serious. Oh man. Oh, I don't know whether I just have a bad phone line, because I've used both my cell phone and the landline, so I don't know whether it's just my bad luck. But I laugh but it's just, Unbelievable. My life is unbelievable. This stuff is unbelievable. Seriously, I went all the way to that place. And there's just so much traffic as it is Friday. You know, right now it's 6:46 Friday. And, did you need to park that close to me? Thank you. Wow, you almost hit me. And I'm parked far away from the place. My life, I am serious. You might say that I'm just bitching, but my life is unbelievable. Has been. People who know me, people who've known me since I was a child, who have been, you know, family, friends, whomever, they all say, you have the most jinx life when they are sitting there seeing it happening. They're not taking my word on it. They're right there. You have lived such a jinx life. I don't believe in jinx. I don't believe in the good luck, bad luck at all. I don't. But man, every time I say that, I say, I probably should. Because this thing, I mean, this was mine because I left my purse. I looked over at my purse, and my purse is kind of heavy, and I thought, no, I better not bring my purse, you know. Because I have a pharmaceutical company inside my purse, it seems like. You know, I have a little bitty, sometimes I put them in aspirin bottles. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not. I show my doctor, but I'm not speaking on a pharmacist, you know, on a professional level. I'm not a voice of authority. But all the different medications, and I have some of the supplements in case I go somewhere, you know, just for a night or something. And I know I have that in my purse. And a machine to test my blood pressure, machine to test my glucose, machine. I am serious. Oh my God, I could either laugh or go crazy with some of this stuff. It's unbelievable. And anyway, I left my purse and I walked up that hill to go to the restaurant, which was behind two of them, or one or two of them behind on the next road over and all this stuff. And I get in there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking at the girl and I said, it's not even on my phone. I don't have my purse. I said, just listen, we're gonna have to cancel. I canceled it. She was like, what? And plus there was so much noise, and she was in the kitchen and she couldn't hear me, and she couldn't hear me over the phone and all this. And it's like, this is not meant to be. You know, if I were a person who believes like that way, that's what I would say. This is not meant to be for me. If I believed in signs, I don't believe in signs. You know, how selfish it is to think that, you know, we're being sent some signs about what you do and what you don't do. You know, you ask for signs. It's kind of, really? Is that what this is all about? You know, I'm talking about people who are religious in that. Really? I don't want to be blasphemous, but, I mean, we were given a whole planet and all the you know, we're given all of this and we're going to ask for more. You know, really, we were given life, a place to live. You know, a whole earth. we were given earth, and we want to beg for more. And what kind of children are we? You know, we're all God's children, right? And we're asking for more than the moon and the stars and the sun and the sky and the seriously, when you really think about it like that, oh, I want to ask God to send me a sign if I should do this job. No! How self-centered is it? We were all taught that. I am guilty. I was taught that way too. You know, but really, if you stop and you think about it, you know, our purpose on this planet was for God, not for ourselves. You know, really. I mean, I read the Christian Bible. I don't know what you read, but it wasn't about us. I wanted to do a whole video on that, but this is like a segue into this. You know, so I don't believe in these signs of asking for a sign, or even something happening and it's a sign. You know, and I could go as far as to say if it just wasn't meant to be. I mean, I just did, but I don't believe in that kind of thing. I don't believe in it. And this is my free will, what I've been doing, and me leaving my purse in there, and I would have had to go back and forth and back and forth. I was relieved once I got in there, and I found a parking spot, but it was, like I said, I went, oh crap, I'll go all the way up there. I'm serious. I'm not one to lie at all. Don't lie. Life is stranger than, you know, my life is stranger than fiction. The truth is stranger than fiction, yo man. But I didn't. I was thinking, oh, it's not. I started going toward the door of that restaurant where the parking place was. The parking place went on and on. I don't think that place owns the parking area. But I started to go to that restaurant. I said, oh no, because I've delivered from that particular restaurant several times. And I said, oh no, it's this one down that way. That's 3 now. Right there in that corner. And when I got there, I said, crap, that might have been just for that part of the restaurant. And I don't think they're going to do anything that fast, but I don't want a ticket either to go deliver something that I don't even know how much I'm going to make, like $4 and something maybe, because they won't tell you until you've done it. But anyway, I've finally, it amazed me. I got somebody to get back to this. I actually had somebody texted me back, and it wasn't like they said 12 to 24 hours before. They texted me back, and the guy, kind of got a little smart. Like, that's no excuse. And I didn't give all of the excuse. I didn't tell him all until after that. I said, tell the next person that you reassigned it to that there's little or no parking. That there's really difficult to find a parking spot because that mall is having a festival on the street. It was a machine. It was a bot answering me. It probably wasn't some guy. It was probably a bot. Yeah, that just picks up certain words and answers them, because the response was weird how it was written. Maybe it is a person. They just, I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm still sitting here. I just have to say this, but I'm sitting here, like I said, I'm kind of far away from the restaurant over here. Anything. I did it on purpose. I didn't want anybody parking next to me. Well, in backwards came a Bubba truck. The guy was definitely a Bubba. I'm serious. Now, these days up here, the Bubba trucks are really nice. Okay, they're not old Bubba trucks like they used to be when you think of a Bubba truck. And these are really nice. Like this one is a FX4 off-road F-150. It's Ford, right? I think so. White. They're usually white. I mean, the truck is usually white. I'm not saying everybody who has a white truck is a Bubba or Bubette, but this is the way I look at it. Because it's consistent. Anytime I run across somebody like this, usually they're tailgating me. Well, this one backed in, parked real close to my passenger side door. Okay, they backed in. It was a Bubba. Now, the one that come next, real close to me on the other side that drove up while I was talking, it was a driver. He went and got a big order. Came out and he was looking, oh, well, my goodness. What the crap? Yeah, you backed in. You have a hard time getting in, huh? Somebody's on this side. Really? It's a driver. That's what I thought. It's a driver. It's a delivery driver. Yep. Came real close to my car, hitting my SUV. Not car, I have an SUV. Yep, a Bubba. Man. A Bubba driver. I know I sound mean, but there's also another one. And yes, this is a bad stereotype, but I'm talking about the ones who do these things. I'm talking about the ones who are Bubbas and do these things. Not everybody who has this or that. But the other one, and it's not any ethnic group, it's not any age group, it's not any gender, any pronoun, none of that. But, whoa. There's going to be an accident here because all these people in these trucks, hey, don't you hit me. Wow. Oh, I'm serious. I should be sure. Did you hear somebody honk over there? That's because people are being stupid. Very stupid. All day long stupid. When I was out earlier, people were being very stupid. Seriously. They're parking in front of the store where people park like me. They're parking behind them. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm not saying that everybody who owns a black, older SUV, but these are the ones that typically around here where I live, what I see, they will be tailgating on the road, owning the road, but the ones that I see do it, not the ones who don't. I'm talking about but it's quite often that it happens. Does that make sense yet? Somebody just came behind me in a Bubba truck, white one, and or was it gray? but with, it looked like a trailer, kind of looked like a horse trailer, but no. But they got so freaking close to me. And it's like, come on, people, what are you doing here? I mean, there's a big old truck that was parked behind anybody who was there. They would not have been able to back up because they would have been parked up against their bumper. I mean, that's what it was. They were, not would be. They were. And now there's another one that's got a big trailer behind it, taking up the whole store, the front door of the restaurant. It's not safe. It's 7 o'clock now. I'm going to try again and see what happens.